Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video I will be giving you guys a week 12 injury update for the Washington Commanders. Also giving you guys a practice clip from Chase Young where he looks ready. He looks ready to play this week, so we'll talk about the possibility of him coming back this week. So if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe for Washington and NFL content. So close to 10,000 subscribers, trying to get there by the end of the year. I know someone who's watching isn't subscribed, so go ahead and do it. It is free and it takes 1 second. Also hit that like button. Okay, so let's start off with an injury report from today's practice. They will have tomorrow off because it is Thanksgiving, and then Friday will be the final practice, I believe, of the week. So Koh Holcomb, James Smith-Williams, and Benjamin St-Juste did not practice. Koh Holcomb, he's been out for a while. There was a little bit of an update today, so I'll get into that a little bit later. Benjamin St-Juste had the ankle injury. An ankle injury, it's kind of something where like you just got to rest it until you get back. So really won't be concerned with him until the status is reported on Friday. Like maybe he's limited on Friday and he's questionable for the game. That's probably my guess. And then Chase Young, since he's been activated, he has to be on the injury report. So he was limited today. Same thing with Larson, same thing with Mayo, and same thing with Logan Thomas and Dax Milne. And then Taylor Heineke was full with a back injury, I guess. He got hit a couple times. At the game. At the end of the game, he was kind of banged up. So, yeah, that's the reason there. And James Smith-Williams, the illness, I mean, he should be good to go for the game. It's Wednesday. He's going to have Thanksgiving off. I mean, he's still going to be, hopefully he's all good, but he's going to have that day off, and maybe he's back on Friday. But if not, he's still got Saturday to rest until Sunday. So he should be good. And then Koh Holcomb probably out still this week. Benjamin St-Juste, a question mark. And then Larson should be good. Mayo's been kind of limited all week for like the past 2 weeks. So kind of still a question mark. And then Logan Thomas should be good. Probably same thing with Dax Milne. And I think Chase Young will make his debut this week, but I'm not going to put any statements out because I thought he was going to play for the Eagles game in the middle of the week. He didn't, so I'm not going to say anything. I thought he's going to it's been a while where I thought he was going to play a certain week, and he hasn't. So I'm not going to make any huge statements, but he looks much better this week than he did last week. If you just look at some of the clips there, he looks basically like himself, just a guy with a brace on. So he looks good. He looks good for sure. You guys can see some more clips here. So I'm hoping he plays. I really am hoping he plays. I'll just continue to show these clips, but he looks good. And I might post a separate video just showing these clips. Maybe I'll post that tomorrow. But Chase Young looks good. He looks like himself. And now it's about the confidence. They want him to get some snaps. They're not going to obviously play him at full. He's not going to play all snaps. He's not going to play 50 snaps or whatever the amount of snaps that they play on defenses. He's not going to play that. I think Rivera said it's like 12 to 15 snaps, which of course is a little bit underwhelming if you're a Commanders fan, but because you want to see him, but it is totally understandable. You don't want to put him out there for 40 snaps and then just get not really the ACL. That's not really a worry, but the 40 snaps of your first game back in a year and a half, maybe something you get something else injured. So that's just a good thing to do. Get it to 15, and then the next week increase it by like 10, 15 snaps, and then keep on doing that until he's good to go. So we're gonna play week 12 and week 13, right? So this is week 12. Play him whatever, 15 snaps. Hopefully they play him the maximum that they can, 15 or the maximum of the range. So if it's 10 to 15, play him 15, and then the next week add 10 snaps to that, or add 7, get it somewhere to 25, and then he has a bye week, and then maybe coming off the bye week, week 15, he is 100% in terms of he'll be able to play all the snaps he needs to play. So that is what I would do, but I'm not a doctor or anything like that or a coach, so I have no idea, but that's kind of what I think would happen. That coming on, if he does play this week, because it's still a big if, we don't know, because they activated him, so he's on the 53-man roster, so they can just have him as inactive. I'm assuming he'll probably be questionable for the game. Maybe he won't, and that will be great that we don't have to worry about it. over the weekend, but he'll play 14 snaps, 15 snaps. Next week, maybe get, to 25, 22, and then get those full snaps against the Giants, I guess, coming off the bye. And that'll be huge for this defensive line because James Smith-Williams, Casey Tuill, and Efe Obada, those guys have been solid, but you still, are missing a guy. I mean, yeah, you're missing a guy like Chase Young off the edge. Like, if he's what we thought he would be with the number 2 overall pick, this defense is going to be the best defense in the NFL. If he is what we thought he was going to be. I don't necessarily think he will be, at least in the first few games, but maybe he can be second half, of his rookie year, that type of player the last few games of the season. If we can get that type of player in the last few games of the season, this defense is going to, go to a whole nother level that it already is. It's already playing on a very high level, but with Chase Young back, if he's playing well, this defensive line is going to be even better than it is, which is a top 3 unit in my opinion, and definitely the number 1, D-tackle duo in the NFL with Daron Payne and Jonathan Allen. Those guys are absolute studs. So hoping Chase Young comes back. So Ron Rivera said Koh Holcomb is going to see a foot specialist. So he's been out for the last 4 games. Don't know why they didn't have him see a foot specialist earlier on. It seems like that's the first thing you would do when you have a foot injury, and it seems like it's going to be a long-term injury. So don't know why they didn't do that earlier. They could have put him on IR earlier and save a roster spot. Don't know what's going to happen now. I don't think he's going to play this week. I mean, he's out. He didn't practice today, so that does not bode well for his chances of playing this week. And then on top of that, having him seeing a foot specialist in the middle of the week, never a good sign. So he could be out for the year, honestly. He could be out, like Disco says here, until after the bye at the earliest is when he could come back, week 15. So, we've honestly been playing well without him, though. So, it would definitely be a boost to have him back, but it'd help a little bit in the run game, even though the run game's been great. But it's not like it's a pressing need to have Koh Holcomb back. But we saw a couple times, John Bostic get beat one time really bad by Brandon Cooks, and that was a 40-yard play. So Koh Holcomb might not be a stud in coverage. He's not great in coverage, but he's not letting Brandon Cooks beat him that bad for 40-plus yards. He'll make the tackle. He might get beat, but he's making the tackle right after that. So having him back would definitely be an upgrade over what we have for sure. And then the last thing is Carson Once was taken off of IR today and activated off IR. Now they have 21 days, or I don't know how it completely works, but he has 21 days until he can be back on the team. And yeah, they activate him off IR. So, we'll see what happens there. But Heineke's going to be the starter going forward. And Sam Howell will be the backup this week while Carson Wentz is still working back from the finger injury. So I don't think that's going to be the case in 3 weeks. But for now, I believe that is the case. I'm trying to see where they put the first kind of tweet that Carson Wentz is, coming off IR, but he did talk to the media today, said he physically feels really good, and adds that being back out there with the team has been a lot of fun, so that's great to hear there. But he's not going to be the starter unless unless Taylor Heineke loses that job. That's the only way he is losing that job. So we'll see. He said, he understands why they made the decision to keep Heineke, but he still wishes he was out there. And obviously that's totally understandable. I mean, if you're a competitor, you want to be out there. So he's out there practicing, but he's not out there actually playing. So this is a 21-day that they designated him to return to practice today, and this starts a 21-day practice window. So he's not activated onto the 53-man roster. So that's what I wanted to know for sure. And they have 21 days to do so. And now that Taylor Heineke's playing this week, we don't really have to worry about the second rounder. It looks like we will not have to give up a second rounder to the Colts. It will be a third rounder. So that's good news for the Commanders. So that is it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. I might post a separate video with Carson Wentz or not Carson Wentz, Chase Young's practice, and you guys can see some things here from Carson Wentz and others as well. So that's it for today's video, and peace.